Robert, tonight this should be a pretty good matchup. You look at Matamidi, they're 1-4 coming into this season, and the Zephyrs, they've gone to state a lot since boys lacrosse has become a sanctioned sport here in Minnesota. But they've started off 1-4, not necessarily the start we're used to for this Matamidi team.
No, not. But you know, they're so deep, and there's so much people interested. There's a big buzz about lacrosse here. And there has been for a good reason, because they do well every year. So I can expect them to bounce back, hopefully. And tonight could be the beginning of that.
We got Matamidi and Henry Sibley here on SEC Sports. I'm Ted LaRue alongside Robert Critta here this evening. And we talk about this Matamidi team here, Robert. And, you know, although they may be 1-4 this season, those 4 losses have come to some pretty good teams. Stillwater, a 6-13 loss to them. Chanhassen, who's finished second in their section in the last 2 years, they lost 10-9. St. Thomas Academy, that's a 3-goal loss. And then defending state champion Benilde St. Margaret. So they're not playing weak opponents. These are strong opponents. That might help them come playoff time, having these strong opponents on their schedule early in the year.
Exactly, Ted, exactly. It's, you can find out where your weakness is by losing a few early on.
Now for Matamidi, who are we looking for? Who are some players that Henry Sibley has to key on if they want to compete here tonight?
Well, you got to look at guys that are setting up plays, you know, in the midfield for the attackers and attacking themselves. Ryan Pila, Tanner Whitmore, Levi Lemke, just to name a few. You know, these midfielders, they're going to push the ball forward and make it easy for the attackers to get a shot on net.
And we're ready for face-off right here at center field on a beautiful night here from Matamidi High School, just to the west of White Bear Lake. And Matamidi will get possession right off the draw as they come and they jog it right into the offensive zone with Sam Donna. They'll get things set up towards the top with Ryan Pilla. As Pilla jogs to the far side of the field, he'll throw it off to Charpentier. EJ Charpentier in behind. And they'll ring it around. Right around the perimeter, forming an umbrella around the zone. Guys, there's a tick to one hop and out of play. And it'll stay with the Zephyrs, though. Connor Stoker in behind the net. Stoker finds it right in the middle. That is easy money for EJ Charpentier, and a 1-0 lead for the Zephyrs.
A quick start for the Zephyrs, and no surprise. Right away, they got deep in the Sibley zone, and it looks like Sibley is going to have to play some strong defense all night, because the Matamidi bench looks pretty deep.
Already a 1-0 score, and Matamidi has had the one big victory on their schedule was a shutout victory over the Polars at North St. Paul in Metro East Conference play. That's exactly what we're doing here tonight. 18-0. Matamidi shutout North St. Paul.
Scoring for Matamidi, number 7, EJ Charpentier. With the assist, number 9,
got the face-off right off the draw. And now it's going to be picked up by the Warriors. Donnie Mahowald. He'll bring it in, but a turnover. It's Jacobowski. Brings it up and feeds it up to Graslowitz as he comes in behind the net. Takes a tumble. Blew a tire there. His teammate picks him up. Popped up into the air. And here come the Warriors back the other way. Right up the center of the field. Mahowald. And Mahowald thinks better of it. So he'll get set up.
Was not surprised to see Graslowitz and Matamidi Zephyrs trying to set something up in front of that Sibley goalie.
Mahowald at the top. Defended by Neil Dardis. Trying to get a shot. That's an easy save, though. Tough shot. Xander Williams making the save. Here from Matamidi. Zephyrs advance it to Dardis on the far side. Dardis gets it in low. Over to Charpentier. He's scored the game. Scored the only goal in the game, I should say. 1-0 lead for the Zephyrs a couple of minutes in. So ring it around the top. Get it ahead to Ian Arndt, the junior attack. Good defense so far for the Warriors, keeping Matamidi out on the perimeter. But as we saw in that last goal that the Zephyrs scored, they're patient, and eventually they'll get someone in the middle near the slot area. Here's Stoker, Connor Stoker, trying to penetrate. Gets in, dishes outside. Oh, great passing!
Wow.
And again, it's EJ Charpentier, the sophomore attack, making it 2-0 Matamidi.
Great pass by Nate Grazowitz to find Charpentier at a great open shooting angle.
On the ice, they call that tic-tac-toe. In lacrosse, they just call it pretty, and it's 2-0 for the White Shirts right away in this game. And Robert, that's all about patience. Patience. You saw they kind of waited and waited, but once they attacked and once they got by that first defender, it was easy. It was only a matter of time before it went in.
It was a set play. It was beautifully done. They started back on the midfielders up high, and they started up high and got down low.
The assist to number 16, Nate.
Matamidi will once again attack their offensive zone. Stoker. Working around here to Charpentier. Charpentier got the 2 goals for the Zephyrs in this one. Feeds it around to Stoker. Good quick passing. There's the attack. Kicks it out. Got them on their heels. Nice shot from an odd angle. And another goal. 3 in a row for Charpentier. 3-0 Matamidi, just like that.
Well, EJ Charpentier was already with 3 goals and 4 assists on the year already. He's doubling his take right here for goals.
8:49 to go in the first. Remember, in boys lacrosse, you're playing quarters, 4 12-minute quarters. In the girls' game, they play 2 25-minute.
Scoring for Matamidi, number 7, EJ Charpentier. With the assist to number 14,
he'll carry it into the offensive end.
That's Charpentier.
He's met right away by Jumper Nafstad. But the Zephyrs will move it around. Over to Stoker. Stoker over 60-point scorer last year. The Zephyrs, I think what they do well when they're in the offensive end, Robert, they're moving. They're constantly moving. Not only with the ball, but with their feet as well.
Yeah. They're causing Sibley to stretch their defense out whenever they bring the ball around.
Robert, you and I were talking off air in the pregame preparation is just how balanced this Matamidi team is. They got prior to this, they already got a 3-goal scorer in this game, but prior to this game, they had 2 guys that scored 3 goals, and 4 guys that scored 2 goals. A lot of depth, a lot of guys that can hurt you on this Matamidi attack. Here's Hagstrom. Feeds it low, a lot of patience here for Grazowitz.
Yeah, as soon as somebody breaks for the center, you know something's going to happen.
You might see it here. Over to Charpentier. We know what he can do. He fires and scores! 4 of them for EJ, and it's 4-0 Zephyrs.
Wow, what a shooting display by EJ Charpentier. Just some. Their goalie's not seeing it well. He's firing it down low and hard to stop. But so far, just a shooting show for EJ Charpentier.
And he's done it in a variety of ways. That he's done it on the pass from a lot of guys. He's done it by carrying it in himself, and that one he's done it from good angles. That one an odd angle, kind of from the side there. But he's done it in a variety of ways, and that's what makes a good attacker in lacrosse. If you can do it in many, many different ways. Right at center field.
Scoring for Matamidi, number
Taking
7,
immediately Colin Hagstrom.
Charpentier.
Hagstrom feeds a couple of nice passes, but it went just underneath the stick of Nate Grazowitz. And feeds it ahead. We'll see. We haven't seen much defensively from Matamidi because they've dominated the time of possession so far. So we'll see exactly what they can do defensively, trying to force them to the outside here. This is Donnie Mahawald. Mahawald had it, one of the leading scorers for Henry Sibley, and the ball is taken away. Good stick play. It's picked up by Keaton Woolsey. He is the leading scorer on this team for Sibley. Works it over to Mahawald. Mahawald, good defensive play, good pressure there by Ficadenti.
Good job, Xander.
And once again, Xander Williams making the play. It's the second save of the game in as many chances for the Sibley Warriors. Up the field, here come the Zephyrs with Arndt. And Ian Arndt will settle things down in the offensive end. Matamidi playing with a 4-0 lead here under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ted LaRue alongside Robert Critta right here on SCC Sports.
Gee, Ted, they're just not giving the ball up much.
Good pass down in front.
39.
Goes up top. And you said it, Robert. 39, Neil Dardis finding his way to the center of the area right in front of the goaltender, and it's 5-0 Matamidi. And you see this is great fundamental lacrosse. Good passing, and it either gets started by the attacker penetrating in or the pass right down in front.
Yeah, Sibley, they're not helping themselves. They're kind of losing track of the pass as it's in cycle around the net. And it's causing an opening, and when Matamidi gets someone in that slot area, they're making
Scoring for
pay dirt.
Matamidi, number 39, Neil Dardis.
Neil Dardis.
With the assist, number 5, Ryan Pilla. That's Dardis.
Pilla, the assist.
4-0.
As Matamidi once again wins the draw and wins possession of the ball, as they will set things up. Colin Hagstrom and company. Stoker now in behind. Is Graslowitz. Feeds it up top, and the Zephyrs gonna play catch. We'll ring it around. Robert, sometimes they refer to it in football. Every time the coach might say, we can show you the playbook. You know exactly what we're going to run, but we're going to execute it anyway, and we're still going to beat you. I feel like that's the way Matamidi is playing right now.
That's exactly how they're playing, Ted. They're just so patient on their cycle, and they're waiting for that one guy to get in close and make his break inside.
And we were going to see it right here, or I thought we were going to see it. Good defensive play there by the Warriors, but now that it's broken down a little bit, here's a pass. Just ricochets over to Connor Stoker. Stoker feeds it up top to Levi Lemke. Lemke right in front. Oh, there's a save. I think if he shoots that one up top, it's a goal, but he tried to go low. But good reaction by the goaltender.
Wow, misplayed in midfield by Henry Sibley, back with the Zephyrs now.
It's Charpentier. Many goals. He's been the main target offensively here for Matamidi so far this evening. Here's Lemke. Lemke feeds it up to Tanner Whitmore, who just came out of the field. Whitmore over to Donna. Feeds it around. Charpentier in behind. He's going to try to wrap around. Cut off. Double teamed. Loose ball. Warriors scrambling defensively, but it looks like they eventually catch up and force Matamidi to the outside and force them to regroup at the top. Donna, they're going to try to work it low. In behind a Graslowitz. Graslowitz center in front. Pump fake. Winds. He thought about it.
He wanted it.
And he still wants. He doesn't want to give that ball up, but eventually he had to. Try to break down the defender. Good defense by the Warriors, keeping him to the outside. Oh, there's a beautiful center in front, but couldn't get all of his net on it to wind up and fire it home. Levi Lemke was there. There's a fire. Oh, that's a nice save. Good reaction. And that's the first real stop of the game for the Warriors.
Boy, I like the trick play shot from behind the net. A pass over the top of the net right to the shooter, right at the net face. That was nifty.
Sibley turned it over. They got it back. That was Liam Joyce. And we get a whistle. Haven't had many whistles in this game. A turnover. The ball is going to go to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Here come the Zephyrs right at the top. 2 minutes and change remaining here in the first quarter. As the Zephyrs will set things up. A couple of good defensive showings the last couple of times down for Henry Sibley. Aaron Marshinke has made a couple of good saves in net for the Red Shirts.
That's that same pick player that they ran for their first goal was that one right there.
And they do it again, and same result. Will Urbinski scores for Mahtomedi. And we have a 6-0 lead for the Zephyrs. That's his first goal of the game, Will Urbanski. He's got one, Dardis has one, and then Charpentier with the other 4 so far in this game.
Keep an eye out, Ted, in this game also. Mahtomedi is setting up a fail-safe pass. That's where you're passing to the guy out front, but if he misses it, there's a guy in a straight line behind him, further down, just further back field, to pick up the pass should you miss it.
It's worked out well for him here so far. Face-off is going to be, just leaks back to Isaac Honebrink. And he'll sprint it through as Mahtomedi will set things up again offensively with Charpentier. Charpentier in behind. Zephyrs trying to work the ball around. Over to Arndt, Ian Arndt. Over to Pilla. Ryan Pilla gets it in low to Charpentier. You want to get that ball in behind. It makes it difficult on the goalie. If you center it back in front, it's tough to turn around and react. In the center, misplayed the ball. And the Warriors just try to work it out. That's just cleared back to center. Here's Pilla. Pilla gets it in low to Charpentier as Mahtomedi will have an attack set up. 45 seconds remain here in the first quarter.
Joe, are you and Vinny fighting?
Feeds it outside of Graslowitz. There was a man sprinting. That was Ian Arndt in front of the net, but a whistle blew it dead, and a violation will put the ball back with Henry Sibley with 30 seconds remaining. Here come the Warriors up the field with Mohawald. He turns it over. It's scooped up here by Pilla. Pilla feeds it ahead. Mahtomedi trying to get one goal. Who knows, maybe more. Before the end of the quarter, 15 seconds remaining. Tanner Whitmore has it. Ball in his net. And a whistle will turn it over and gives the ball to Sibley with 10 seconds remaining. And they just try to chuck it down to the field, see what can happen, but it's going to go all the way and take many bounces through the end zone with 4 seconds.
They may need to do that more. They may need to just throw the ball downfield, get it over that midline marker so that their other players on the top end can get more involved.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Mahtomedi Zephyrs 6 and Henry Sibley nothing. We'll be back for the second after this on SEC.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Back at Mahtomedi High School, it is a 6-0 lead for the Zephyrs after one quarter, and it was a quarter of dominance. Robert, 4 out of those 6 goals scored by E.J. Charpentier.
Well, you got the key word. You got it, Ted. The key word is dominance, and you dominate by possessing the ball, and that's all they did. was possessed the ball. And the few times that Henry Sibley did have it, they couldn't hardly move it up past midfield. They're just getting shut down by the Matamidi midfielders.
Yeah, Matamidi, a lot of times they say the best defense is a good offense, and an offense that can keep the ball in their possession and keep it away from the other team. That's exactly what Matamidi is doing. They're waiting for their shot. And what has impressed you the most here about the Zephyrs, would you say, in the first quarter as we get ready for the second?
Just the great passing ability, chemistry, ball handling between the players. Their passing looks effortless. And the chemistry, knowing that you're going to pass it to which player is going to get it, even if he's moving and he stops and he's not going to receive the ball. Everybody has a part to play when they're cycling the ball. Maybe they're running a set play. But these players seem so comfortable passing to each other. It's really great to see.
Face off at center field. Put 12 minutes on the clock here in the second quarter. Ted LaRue alongside Robert Critta right here on SCC. It's boys lacrosse. And right off the face-off, it's picked up by that very face-off man. We might get a goal right away. And we do. 6 seconds tick off the clock. And it's 7-0. Zephyrs up by a touchdown.
There's Grasowitz.
Grasowitz is, believe he scored there. It happened so quick, to be honest. I didn't catch the number.
I did.
Justin Long, I think that's him. I got to pull up another picture of
11:54 to go. 6 seconds wind off of that clock, and a 7-goal lead here for the Zephyrs. Off the draw, fires it between his legs, and Sam Donna will pick things up as Donna jogs it in. Donna feeds it low. And now in behind to Stoker. Work it around up top.
Oh, I know who that is.
Here's Pilla. Pilla. Nice job, jab step.
younger brother.
That's Justin.
Pilla. Up top to Grasowitz. Scored the last goal.
I don't know.
Grasowitz feeds it off to Lemke. Just came out of the field. Here's Levi.
All right.
Cycle it down low.
I don't see it.
Spin move to get free. Oh, there were two guys crashing towards the net. There's fire. Nice save. Got the net on it. Dropped the net. And good job there by Nick Ellison to keep it out.
That was a really good save, Ted. Levi Lemke got a lot on that ball. It had some velocity on it.
Here's Stoker. Connor Stoker. Will set the thing in behind. He tries to spin toward the middle, but a good defensive effort by Adam Lale. Lemke at the top. Lemke trying to gain some speed. Puts on the brakes. Center in front. There's a shot. And another save by Ellison. Or I should say Aaron Marshinke. And here comes Sibley right up the field. It's cut off by a couple of Zephyrs. Good defensive play before Sibley could do anything. They're trying to just paddle it ahead. Loose ball.
We're at 7.
Still going back and forth. Okay, finally.
Woolsey.
The Warriors gain possession, and as soon as I say that, it's taken away by Jakubowski. Fed ahead to Stoker. Here's Connor Stoker. He jogs in, and he'll get set up in behind the net. Charpentier feeds it up. Here's Whitmore. As Matamidi will get set up. Feeds it up, quick passes. Trying to do two things at once there. Feeds it around to Whitmore.
Okay, they're setting up their play now.
In behind. There's a shot that goes well high and well wide. You're right, they were setting something up.
It was Connor Stoker with the wild thing.
Just
So,
a bit
bit
outside.
outside.
Ball 4, ball 8. And it's still Matamidi ball. As if you couldn't tell, I've seen the movie Major League more than once.
I've never seen it.
The Zephyrs have it in. They get it in behind. Over to Dardis. Man, that's just nice.
The pass.
Quick passing.
The passing is so nice.
Gets the ball in behind. And it really doesn't affect them right here that they can't get the ball into the center, because once you keep a defense moving, eventually you'll be able to find the gaps to get into the center.
Exactly. Or set up your pick.
In behind, there's the center that we were talking about. And a connection from Tanner Whitmore, his first of the game. Nothing. Zephyrs with 8:18 left in the second quarter. And Robert, that's just simple ball rotation. And, and the opposite side man darting to the front of the net, and he just catches it, and an easy score.
Well, expect a few heroics, at least at some point in this game, from a couple of the Sibley scorers. You know that they're going to take some risks to get that ball into the Zephyr net.
Number 11, Tanner Whitmore. With the assist, number 16, Nate Greslitz. And Whitmore from Greslitz for the Zephyrs.
The Zephyrs will have it in behind, and they'll get set up again. And it'll be interesting to see what the coaching staff, what they want to work on at this point. They're a dominant team. I think a more skilled team. I think they've proven that. But what do they want to work on, and how do they want to keep on attacking this Henry Sibley team? Nice spin move to get open.
Well, at this point, I don't know how hard they're going to attack. What I think they're going to do is they're going to practice some of the plays that that they're still working on or are still looking to perfect. I think this is a perfect time and type of game for you to work on those things. New plays for your team to work on, and to keep honing the ones that work for you, which we've seen already tonight.
Up at the top, lost the ball. It's scooped up. Rare turnover from Matamidi, and they might get it back here. They're going to pressure Henry Sibley. They're not going to let him cross that midfield stripe. And if they are, they're going to earn it. Villaforte feeds it ahead. Bouncing ball.
And like I said, they were going to take some chances. There was that long pass.
Picked up. Warriors couldn't quite get possession. They've had a couple chances like that where they can't, it's a bouncing ball and they can't quite get set up. Here's Mahabald. Mahabald on the other side. And this is the first, we'll see how this ends up going, but this is the first real zone time that the Warriors have held in the Matamidi end.
Now look for some heroics here.
Gonna run around. There's a shot and a save. It's deflected back behind, but it will stay with Henry Sibley.
They're taking some risks. Just like, you know that some of their players are going to get, a little bit miffed at the distance between scores here, and they're going to try to put something up, get that goose egg off the board.
It's going to take some time because Matamidi will have the ball after the infraction. Well, look at that pressure. Boy, you talk about the intensity possibly ramping up, taking some risks. Sibley being active with the stick, poking it away. Zephyrs scoop it up, and they'll run towards the middle with Arndt. Here's Ian Arndt. Arndt feeds it over to Charpentier. Charpentier feeds it in behind on a hop right into the net of Stoker. Zephyrs, you can tell Sibley, is tightening up the defense.
Once again, cycling the ball, very nice passing.
Zephyrs have it up the top with Pilla.
And going to make a move.
Pilla glides in. They're feeling something. They're buzzing. A nice defensive play. Mahawald. He's been all over the field here tonight for Henry Sibley. As they feed the ball up ahead, scoring opportunity, fires.
That's called a panic toss.
It's like, hey, let's just get a shot.
Yeah, he was just hoping that the shot would land on net.
if there's anything we can learn, or if these kids can learn from the NHL playoffs, is that just throw it on net and who knows what can happen, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that was great play by Mahowald, number 12 for Sibley, in his ability to just stay with the ball as the ball was bouncing through the scrum, changing hands in possession, and just stay with it and then come out the other side with it. That's determination.
Try to get that center in front, nobody home. New Zephyrs will work it up to the top. Here's Grazlovitz. Feeds it down low, but nothing there, so you're going to work it back up high. There's the attack, trying to get inside. Warriors keeping him out. Hagstrom glides in, fires and scores. Some traffic in front. Might have made it hard to see the ball. Also, the hard shot from Hagstrom. He scores. It's 9-0 Zephyrs.
9-0 Zephyrs, but we did see a little life from Sibley in just the past couple of minutes. They actually started to work their defense some and started to try to work their offense some. And you're going to see them make more wild passes up the center just to get in the Zephyr end and get a shot. You're going to see them take more chances like that.
3:50 to go until halftime. Ted LaRue and Robert Critta here on SCC Matamidi. It's been a perennial in Section 4 boys lacrosse for a while. Section opponents Stillwater knocked them off earlier in the season. Here's Honebrook.
That was the sloppiest pass I've seen all night, Ted.
And that I take that as a compliment because they were quickly able to recover the ball and set up an attack. Around to Arndt. Ian Arndt. Down low. Back up to Whitmore. Feeds it around. 3 minutes and change to go in the second. Halftime is approaching. Down low. Oh, nice cross pass in front. Double clutch and shot it high. Yeah. Levi Lemke maybe thought a little bit too hard about that one instead of making an easy play.
He was trying to make the Gary Galley behind the head shot. It was pretty. Great passing by the Zephyrs. They're just really, their sticks just are communicate with each other.
Speaking of sticks, there's a big stick just chopping the stick away from Will Petrangelo. And the Zephyrs will set things up at their own end. The thing is about Matamidi is we haven't seen a lot of long-range shots from them. They've been very short in front of the net, so we haven't seen those big whips from a long distance.
No. But if you can feel comfortable about going inside and getting in close to the goalie, that's a good thing. And they're quite comfortable there tonight.
There's the center in front, lost it. They want to get that backdoor action going on with an attacker cutting towards the opposite post of the net.
That one Sibley defender is giving him fits over there.
Here's Stoker. Stoker jogs in. He's just weaving through the defense. Feeds it up, Arndt back up top. And they'll regroup. Here's Whitmore. Feeds it over to Arndt. Under 90 seconds to play until half. Matamidi looking to get double digits here before the half. Lemke lost it, he recovers. Feeds it off to his buddy Gunnar Stoker. In front, good center. A shot and a save, nice one. Marshitke run it the whole way, and he's made a couple of good saves in this game so far. A lot of the shots that he's allowed have been very difficult point-blank type of shots, but the shots from further out, he's been able to react to a couple of them. 45 seconds remain as Matamidi will bring it through the midfield. Pass a little bit too strong for Charpentier.
We're not gonna get a close game, so why is that?
Ball batted around, having trouble controlling it, but eventually it's scooped up by Joyce. Liam Joyce runs into a couple of Zephyrs. Stick there by Graslowitz. He continues to play aggressive defense. Feeds it up.
Is this their first year?
Woolsey.
Good hard defense by Matamidi in the defensive end as the final seconds will tick down. 9-0. Matamidi leads here, and Robert, as we head towards halftime here in just a moment.
What a game.
A shutout here so far in the first half, and the Zephyrs are looking awfully good. It started with E.J. Charpentier, but as we talked about throughout the broadcast, they got depth and they got a lot of guys that can hurt you.
Well, you see, they've done it both ways. They set it up on the cycle and gone at it slow, and were successful. They've also got it right off the pass, just flashed down the center, and gotten goals quickly that way too. Right now, they're riding high, they're feeling good, and Sibley's just reeling from the onslaught. They're just trying to slow down the pace of the scoring, which it seems by quarter they have slowed it down in regards to time, goals versus time. But they need to slow it. They need to slow it down to a 0, and they need to put a couple points up, just for just to give the team some morale booster. Give them something to look for and say, hey, look, this play is, even when we played a tough team like Matamidi, this one play works for us. Get a cycle set up, and then put on your razzle dazzle play and show the Zephyrs that you can score a goal too. That's what their coach is probably telling them.
9-0 Matamidi. We'll be back for the second half after this on SEC.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future. In a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes. And challenge yourself to grow. Do not be afraid. Or make decisions based in fear. Do it all with confidence and with kindness and strength. Do call your mom and ask her for advice. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life,
Thank you.
what matters to me is that you keep doing it. And love you always, Mom.
We are back at Matamidi High School. The Zephyrs have controlled the game from the outset. It's 9-0 Matamidi, leading Henry Sibley. I'm Ted LaRue, and alongside me is Robert Critta, here for the journey tonight. And Robert, it has been quite the effective journey so far for Matamidi as we approach the second half. They're pitching the shutout so far.
Now the Zephyrs are working some of their set plays to perfection, and they'll probably test out some stuff they have been practicing. Whereas Sibley's just got to get their defense just to keep them to the outside and prevent them from getting such good shots.
Third quarter underway as the Zephyrs will set things up once again in behind. Up to Ryan Pilla. As Pilla will set things up over to Lemke. Lemke feeds it over to Donna. Sam Donna, the senior mid. In behind to Graslowitz. Pilla looking to attack between two defenders, but they converge on him. Feeds it out, a bouncing ball to Graslowitz. Graslowitz feeds. There's a big shot. That's the first real big shot we've seen. And a nice save. Sam Donna whined and fired, but good job getting in front of it by goaltender Aaron Marshinki. Zephyrs have the ball in behind the net. Looking for that center in front, and a touch pass and a finish for Graslowitz, the senior. And he puts double digits on the board for Matamidi.
And a great setup by Connor Stoker. Yeah, their offense is really impressive, Ted. They're just their passing ability and knowing where their teammates are and knowing which play they're going to run. And then being able to be creative on the fly, because sometimes you get mixed up in the middle, you get turned around, you have to exit out the other side with the ball and get the cycle set up again. So they're just doing a fabulous job.
Off the draw, it's controlled by the Zephyrs with Hangstrom. In behind, the Zephyrs look to set up an attack. Here's Arndt. Up top to Whitmore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whitmore.
His company I'm working for.
Over to Dardis.
Yeah, just good money, you know.
As they look to set up an attack.
It's a shipping
Oh,
service.
it's a shipping service.
As they continue to throw it around the perimeter.
Which one that donated, like,
The gym, yeah.
So when you say shipping, are you talking about
In behind, a lot of movement.
shipping products?
Yeah.
Like a FedEx?
Yeah.
What's his, so he's
There's the attack trying to get in.
something,
It's called priority.
But he's shifted to the outside. Up top. Looking to wind.
right,
Thought better of it. Up to Arndt.
His priority career.
Arndt glides in, but he's pushed to the outside. This Henry Sibley team, this is their first season of Minnesota State High School League sanctioned
Yeah, that gym is
lacrosse. Here in the Metro East Conference, Henry Sibley, a familiar foe for Matamidi. Feeds it up top to Dardis. Now here come the Zephyrs, and once again pushed out. I think that's more of Matamidi trying to kill some time rather than not having a good shot opportunity. And a whistle turns it over to Henry Sibley. Center of the field, the ball turned over. Zephyrs scoop it up with Stoker. He's Connor Stoker on the outside.
Call that a little quick just because that's how the game's going.
In behind. Two-hopper past Ian Arndt. It goes right by the midfield, and Henry Sibley will gain possession. Sibley over on the other side. Set things up with Levi Lemke. That one behind. Once again. It's a good learning experience here for Henry Sibley to set things up. See what they can do offensively, but good defensive play here by the Zephyrs. They're trying to work the ball upfield, but the ball is cut off there by the Warriors. Looking to gain possession. Ball will go to the Warriors. Looking to fire on net, and it just skips wide of the goaltender, Gustav Magnuson, who's in there here in the second half.
Donnie Mahowald with a shot there on the Zephyr goalie. He really telegraphed it. Big windup.
One of the few shot attempts at Henry Sibley. Flag flies on the other side. Still jabbing at it. There's fires it high. Once again, there was Mahowald.
Well, they're firing shots across the bow. They're threatening to.
They're trying. They're
trying.
getting in there. They're getting a couple of opportunities here.
But the Zephyr defense is really tight. They're really not the guy that's coming in the slot with the ball. They're really crowding him, either knocking the ball away or just making it impossible to shoot by a screen.
And Robert, you saw this team earlier this season, Matamidi in action against Stillwater. Stillwater's done a good job building their program over the years with Tom Howe. This appears the year that they might break through That's a very different opponents, very different games from Stillwater to Henry Sibley. But as long as we're talking about Stillwater in that game, what have you seen from them this season that you think maybe Stillwater, maybe this year they're going to topple the giant that has been Matabina in Section 4?
Stillwater's got some things going for them. They got a young core. They got their scoring is spread out nicely, and they got a strong defense. So if you can score, and if you got scores spread out, so it's not the whole load isn't on one or two guys, and you have a good defense, then you got something to work with. And their goaltending is looking good this year too.
They got some good players. They have 2 Division I signees on their team. Blake Ebenson is going to be playing the college lacrosse for the Mercer Bears next season, and Ty Thurston, we've heard his name on the football field when we broadcast games over in Stillwater, the football field, the hockey rink. But lacrosse is definitely his number 1 sport. He's going to be playing at Providence for the Friars next season in the Big East. So this is a team that has been producing and has been building and now has been producing some good talent over there in Stillwater. Obviously, that's our main gig over there, covering pony sports. But they've really built something there this year, and we'll see what happens come June. Come that section final. June 6th, or June 5th, excuse me, I'm sure is circled on the calendar for both of those teams, should they make it that far.
But lacrosse in Minnesota is so popular now. And there it is.
First goal of the game, Donnie Mahowald for Henry Sibley with a shot from the top. And it's 10-1, and the Warriors break through and get on the board.
Well, Donnie Mahowald has been working on scoring this 1 goal now for a little over half an hour.
Yeah, it seems like that. Seems like more. But yeah, he's really been working hard, and he's been very active in the offensive play for Henry Sibley so far.
Sibley, number 12, Downey Mahowald.
You're going to see Sibley play with a little bit more pride now. Once you get that 0 off the board, you feel a little bit better. You start moving your feet. You start feeling like a team.
Zephyrs will play things in behind as they're looking to set up an attack. We are on what is the primary use of this field, of course, is for the Matabidi Zephyrs football team. Robert, it seems like football was just a month or 2 ago. It seems just this season has gone so fast, the school year.
It seems like it was a month ago, and guess what? It starts up in a month or 2.
It starts up in a month or 2. That's how it goes here at the high school level. Gonna work the ball around and try to penetrate through. A nice little dish outside. And the ball will stay with the Zephyrs. Here's Levi Lemke. Lemke feeds it off. Here's Sam Dunham. Feeds it down low to Stoker. As the Zephyrs look to get set up and work that ball around to Art. Feeds it up top. Gonna look to break down the defense. Tanner Whitmore, he's got a goal tonight. Weaving through the defense. Ball popped up in the air, taken away here by the Warriors, and they're going to be able to scoop it up and advance it. Nice scoop. Mahowald trying to do it again. He fires behind his head and it just went wide. Henry Sibley will keep it. Mahowald. Defended there by Lemke.
Came in Woolsey.
They're going to try to be aggressive. Woolsey, the other top scorer on this team. But the Zephyrs, a tough defensive play, some shoulders and some sticks being thrown around down there. Nice pass up ahead to Ethan Russell. That's quickly whacked away. Russell going to get it back, still bobbling around. Russell gets it in his net. Feeds it off to Stoker. In behind the net. Feeds it up top to Urbanski. Zephyrs looking to work this ball around. Trying to answer after Henry Sibley got the last goal. It's a 10-1 game now. Center in front. There's a shot. Save. Another good save. Henry Sibley.
And guess who's got it?
Here's Mahawald up the field. He's met right away with a physical play. Mahawald lost it. His stick is whacked away. And now here come the Zephyrs. Up the field in transition to Stoker. Stoker feeds it back out. A big reaction there from the Matamidi bench. Here's Pilla. Ryan Pilla looking to break down the defense in the slot area. Kicks it out.
Yeah, why didn't he shoot that?
Looks like they're trying to kill some time almost. And here's Dardis. Feeds it up to the top to Arndt. Arndt now gets into the slot area. There's Ian Arndt. Dishes it off. Just almost trying to play keep away right now.
Exactly
3 minutes and change to go in the third. Arndt will cycle around. Off to Dardis. Feeds it low. In front, there's the center. Shot, goal. Ryan Pilla for Matamidi. And back to a 10-goal advantage for the Zephyrs. They played keep away there for a while, Robert, but eventually they decided to put it back to a 10-goal advantage with 2:52 to play.
Yeah, the Zephyrs are just dominating this game tonight, and you know, Sibley gets to learn a few things about themselves. We're going to recruit some more players. We're going to get some more players out there because they're really a light bench. They're not a very deep bench. They haven't got a lot of backup players, but they're really putting their heart into the game, especially number 12, Donnie Mahowald. He's
11-1 score. The lead is for Matamidi. As the Zephyrs, remember we talked about at the top of the broadcast, and we got another goal. It looks like
number 22.
12-1 as the Zephyrs. That's Sam Donna putting it into the back of the net, and that'll give them an 11-goal advantage with 2:33 to play. Well, Robert, what I was about to say is we're kind of looking at games coming up for Matamidi. After this Henry Sibley game, they'll play home games against Hill Murray, Wayzata, and Tartan. That Wayzata game should be a good one, Saturday, May 4th. Over there, but I mean, you look, this schedule is definitely top-loaded to start. They should have some more favorable matchups as the season progresses, and you know, they could find themselves, they could work them way back into the top 10 in the state if they continue to win some ball games.
Yeah, they're going to win some more ball games, and including against section opponents Hill Murray and Tartan. Those will be key games.
Yeah, and that's going to be key going forward to see where their section seeding will be. And in that head-to-head loss to Stillwater, if Stillwater keeps it up, they're ranked 6th in the state in the latest polls. If Stillwater is able to keep it up, you would think they would be the number 1 seed heading into the Section 4 playoffs come late May and early June. But Matamidi might be fighting for that 2nd seed. White Bear Lake as well in there. Spinning away, some fancy moves in there. Gets the ball down low. We're at about a minute and a half to play here. A 12-1 lead for the Zephyrs. Down low, it's poked away, but the Zephyrs regain control.
Zephyrs kind of playing a haphazard offense. They're trying to penetrate, but they're just also not taking shots when they're up close too. So
Shot wide. I mean, if Matamida, you'd think is, and they could maybe in this one, they could score, could have scored, or however you want to look at it, 20 goals to 25 goals. You can see of open shot opportunities, they might be towards that
I think we got a flag on the play.
20 mark. Yeah, we do see some laundry on the field as now we'll get the whistles here with 50 seconds to go.
Second technical on Henry Sibley, number 29.
So a technical foul is right in front. There's a shot. Nice save again. It's made a couple of good ones. Aaron Marshinki here tonight. Taken away. Here come the Zephyrs. With 30 seconds to go, they lead 12-1. Here's the third quarter ticks down. Feeds it off. In front, there's a shot, and it got deflected. 10 seconds. Spinning around, trying to get a goal before the quarter comes to an end. There's a shot that went wide. Goaltender might have gotten something on it.
Silly ball.
Sibley will take over here with a couple of seconds to play, but the third quarter will come to an end. It's 12-1. The Zephyrs of Matamidi have the lead. The fourth quarter is right around the corner here on SCC.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Put 12 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Matamidi leads 12-1. Been a dominant performance here for the Zephyrs tonight, as Matamidi will start in their own end, or in the attacking end, excuse me. Mitch Lawrence is there, a junior varsity player here for the Zephyrs, of some of those players getting playing time. Here's Charpentier in front. Shot, goal. Nice play. Charpentier feeds Ian Arndt, and it's 13-1 Zephyrs. Ian Arndt, I believe, finished that one. And a 13-1 lead for the Zephyrs.
Or a yellow card.
Who scored that one?
That was Arndt. Arndt with the goal. Charpentier with the assist.
Scoring Florida, number 1, Ian Arnott. This is number 7, EJ Charpentier.
Here comes Alex Hunnebrook.
Charpentier for the Zephyrs. And an attack for the Zephyrs at 34. Connor Peltier.
It's Connor Peltier, junior varsity player. Feeds it off here to Lawrence.
Jack Nelson.
Mitch Lawrence. Over to Colin Hagstrom.
Thank you, Mitch Lawrence.
Here's Hagstrom. Feeds it, and that one just went a little bit high of Ian Arndt, and it will go to Henry Sibley. But some valuable playing time for some of these junior varsity players.
Yeah. Got to get your feet wet.
Or get your feet cold on a little bit of a chilly night here. I'm sure they're a little bit warmer, even though we are in a press box. They might be a little bit warmer out there since they're moving around.
Yeah. They're generating heat, that's for sure.
Henry Sibley trying to feed it ahead. Pass a little bit too strong.
Wow.
Nice pass ahead. Connects for Connor Peltier as he dishes it off to Charpentier. Set things up in behind with Ian Arndt. Arndt feeds it back. Here's Charpentier. Charpentier looking to center it in front. A little floater looking for Hagstrom, but it's batted away. And Charpentier trying to chase up to the play. Here's Henry Sibley working towards the midfield, but there are, what are there? 1, 2, 3, there are about 5 Zephyrs and 1 Warrior there, but somehow the Henry Sibley player still has the ball, feeds it in front, just got to turn and fire, but it was tough because he had a multitude of Zephyr defenders converging on him. It's picked up by Gustav Magnuson. And the Zephyrs will run it down to the other end.
That was Liam Joyce for the Sibley Warriors running the ball all the way down into the Zephyr end for that attempted setup that never materialized.
Feeds it up top, Matamidai with 9 minutes to go. Looks to fire it. He's got a couple defenders on him. Fires. Nice save. That was Levi Lemke for Matamidai. And it's Ian Arndt. Arndt in front and try to get it right into the net of Connor Peltier, the sophomore. But he couldn't hold on to it. Henry Sibley will jog it up the field a little bit at a time. And it's Aiden Venata. Turnover. It's picked up by the Zephyrs. As Matamidai. There's a flag there. We're going to get a penalty.
I don't know if you can beat a guy when he's down, Ted.
I mean, you can, but you're going to get called for it. Yep. I think 1 minute.
And now Sibley doing just about anything they can to generate some kind of movement on their end.
Zephyrs have it up top with Ryan Pilla. Working around to Charpentier. Started this game off hot, scoring the first 4 goals. Over to Pilla. They just wind it around. In front. There's a shot and a goal.
Nice.
Connor Stoker, the senior attack. Makes it 14-1 Matamidai. And this is a game where the Zephyrs losing 3 out of their first 4 this season, playing a lot of tough teams. This is something to definitely kind of get their confidence and their momentum back on track.
Yeah. They, like you said, the Sibley program's a young program,
Yep.
and it kind of shows. But with good coaching and more players, they could be for us in the future.
The draw is batted out to the Zephyrs with 6.5 to play. Up top to Whitmore. Whitmore feeds it around. Matamidai, as we said, have been a staple in Section 4 in terms of getting to the state tournament as of late. There's a shot. Oh, nice save. Getting the stick on it just below the net and just kind of batted it away.
Yeah, the goalie not use his body to stop that. It was heading straight for the net.
But as we were saying, Matamidi, the last couple of years, they've been the representative for Section 4 at the state tournament. Minnetonka and Chanhassen is where they hold the state tournaments. But before them was White Bear Lake, who made an appearance, or two, I believe, at state. A lot of people think it's gone from White Bear Lake to Matamidi and maybe headed towards Stillwater in terms of the balance of power in Section 4. But obviously, of course, Matamidi is going to have something to say about that come tournament time in late May. You know what else is coming around that tournament time, don't you, Robert?
Yeah,
What?
the tournament.
Also my 28th birthday.
I knew that. That was the next thing I was going to say. When's that tournament?
Late May, around the 21st. No, that's the aforementioned birthday of mine. But the section tournament, section final is scheduled for June 5th at White Bear Lake High School. We got that on the calendar.
Aren't you busy in June?
A little busy. got a wedding to go to, and that's late June. Yeah. Or this is early June for the section tournament. So Robert, I'm gonna wrap up my commitments over at Valley Access Channels. Not for a job, like for the season. Robert just gave me the look. It's like, what? You're leaving us? No, a shot goes wide here. And sits teams like St. Thomas Academy and Chanhassen. So as we said throughout tonight's broadcast, plenty of competition here tonight. Ball batted loose, and the Zephyrs trying to scoop this ball up. They eventually do. Up to the top, fires. It's deflected back. Matamidi will get another crack at it. Winding around, Zephyrs. In front, fires, and it just got deflected wide. That was Matt Lalick. Another junior varsity performer who's getting some playing time here. We're under 3 minutes to go here in regulation.
And that's a coaching tactic. That's great for coaches to use. If you're way up in a game, bring some of your other junior players. Players don't see much game time, and give them some field time because it really pays off in the long run.
Yeah, the more reps you can get to practice your craft, really in anything, not just lacrosse, but really any sport. If you get into that situation, get your young guys some experience on the big stage, so they are ready when they get to that spot as regular starters. 2:20 to play. Lalick in behind the net. Feeds it up top. Zephyrs look to set up an attack with Nelson. Jack Nelson fires it. There's a save. Right at the whole way.
Boy, he got all that shot. That was a burner coming in. The goalie stopped it with his.
Some of them were shin pads. I think he's got shin pads on. You were soccer shin pads.
I think some of the positive one of the there's a dangerous play outside the crease. I think one of the positives that Henry Sibley can take from tonight is their goaltender has eyed a few shots right down from the Zephyrs here this evening. Minute and a half to play. There's a shot. That one goes high. Levi Lemke with the shot.
No. I'll be tied with the third. Jeter, Lalick, Jeter.
Closing in on 1 minute.
At what point do you sit number 12?
You got a minute now. Oh, you got it.
1 minute remaining in the quarter. 1 minute.
Feeds it ahead. Zephyrs take it over.
Zephyrs look like they're going to rush in for one more.
Here's Lemke, Levi Lemke.
Pass the ball.
Lemke just killing some time over to Donna. Sam Donna gets it down low. I think they want some of their JV players to get in on the scoring here. There's a shot, just went wide at a tough position inside. 20 seconds to play. 14-1 Matamidi. Physical play out there, keeping them to the outside. 10 seconds for the Zephyrs as they'll get their second win of the season.
Oh, he gave it up.
Up top, 5 seconds as the final ticks tick off the clock. There's a shot and it got deflected. 14-1 the final score. Robert, final thoughts as we exit this evening.
Well, Sibley, a work in progress. They'll get there. And Matamidi, rough start to the season, but you can see they're picking up steam and heat as they go. Look at the comfortability between the players tonight. They're passing. Just super comfortable with each other and their offense. And I can't wait to see the next match.
14-1 victory for Robert Critta. My name is Ted LaRue. We'll see it on the road. This has been a presentation of SCC Sports.
If